Welcome to Steve Boosted GS. We're going over our marketing meetings, and today I'm bringing you the Goblin Slayer meeting. This is a personal creation of mine, and it is by far one of my favorite meetings to run of all time. It doesn't matter which department you're in, what level of marketing it is that you're doing. If you need to run a meeting to get a point across, this is one of my go-to ones, especially with newer firms. It definitely instills a lot of the good principles, so we're going to just jump right into it. The best thing about it is you don't need to know anything about Goblin Slayer. This is great for just kind of grabbing someone's attention when you've already run a million meetings about every sports legend that's out there that people know about. So with Goblin Slayer, you just take a very simple concept and you go, having not seen or heard of this before, what do you think you can tell me about Goblin Slayer? And 10 times out of 10, you're going to have somebody go, he slays goblins. And you're damn right, he slays goblins. And that's all you need to know for the premise of the meeting. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to break down his day for as many as you want to drive the point across. I usually do something like in the morning, for breakfast, at lunchtime, right after lunch, for dinner, when he's sleeping. And you break them down. You can write them out on a board however you want to do it. And then you just start calling on people. But like, what do you think Goblin Slayer is thinking about when he first wakes up in the morning? And someone will say like, oh, he's probably hungry. You're like, no, he's not thinking about that. Don't worry about that. He's thinking about killing goblins. And you write it out, killing goblins. What do you think he's thinking about after breakfast when it's time to go out for a regular day? Someone goes, killing goblins. And you're like, you're catching on. You're damn right. He's killing goblins. And you do this as you go through the entire day. He's dreaming about killing goblins while he's sleeping. He's thinking about while he's eating dinner. And then you bring it back to how he's known as Goblin Slayer for his actual name. The pinnacle of the meeting is when you wrap it back around to their individual days, right? Now you do it for them. So what do you do in the morning? What are you thinking about? What are you doing during the day? What are you doing at night? What are you doing when you go home? What are you dreaming about? What are your aspirations? And chances are when you do that, people are going to be doing a lot of different things. And you want to break this down from everything from playing video games, the time that you spend watching TV, the time that you spend doing social media, whatever the case may be. Anything that you're doing that is taking away from your primary goal, which as an entrepreneur should be growing your business, is making you not the best in the field. There is nobody that is as good at slaying goblins as Goblin Slayer because it's the only thing he thinks about all day, every day. He has become the best and most proficient at it. You need that same level of dedication if you want the same results. You can't spend 2 hours a day on social media and expect to compete with somebody who sacrifices that time and focuses on their craft. You've already heard the meeting at this point where it takes 10,000 hours to be a master at something. Those 10,000 hours, you get past that point a lot faster when it's your primary focus every day. And is it realistic? Are you trying to tell people stop eating and go out there and focus on your craft when you should be eating? No. We're preaching positive nutrition. We're preaching good sleeping habits. But what we're also doing is we're trying to focus on anytime that you consider downtime is time that you could be focusing on your craft. Especially right now. This is being recorded during the quarantine times where people have an abundance of downtime, which makes me feel like this is the most important time to get these meetings out of there. If you want to be known as the slayer of whatever marketing it is that you do, this is the time to go and make a name for yourself, to hone your craft, to get really good at it. You are going to have people that are going to be really good in a certain area, right? I have the best pitch you've ever heard. I have the best work ethic, etc., etc., etc. Find out what you want to be good at. Find out what you want to be your bread and butter and hammer away at it relentlessly. It is the only way to be competitive in the market that you want to be competitive in. You are never going to make it as an entrepreneur half-assing things. It doesn't work that way. And this meeting is just a good way to shake up the status quo. It's not one that people have heard of before. It allows you to add more of a personal touch, and you can take the same concept with something that you're interested in as well. If you like the channel, or you like the video rather, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you share it. I'm going to try and drop a few of the other meetings that I've come and kind of put them in a playlist for you. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed it and get ready to check out the next ones that we post.